1. Hook. Have you ever wondered what it really takes to think like a cloud architect? It's not just about knowing the tech. It's about solving real problems, making smart decisions, and designing systems that scale. They often focus on individual technologies rather than the bigger picture. This leads to systems that are inefficient, costly, and hard to manage. The real challenge is understanding how to balance performance, cost, and scalability while meeting business needs. 3. The simple explanation. Thinking like a cloud architect means adopting a holistic view of your systems. You need to understand business requirements, know what your application needs to achieve, user experience, consider how the end users will interact with your system. Cost management, assess how much you can afford to spend on infrastructure. Scalability, be prepared for growth. Systems should handle increased load seamlessly. Security, protect your data and comply with regulations. When you combine these elements, you start to see your cloud architecture more clearly. 4. Real-world example. Let's dive into a real-world scenario. Imagine a startup, HealthTrack, which built a cloud-based application for tracking health data. They initially chose AWS for its extensive services but didn't think through their architecture. In the first month, they had 10,000 users. At 20 cents per API request, they quickly racked up a bill of $15,000 due to inefficient API calls and unoptimized data storage. They had not set up proper caching, and their database queries took too long, leading to excessive costs. After analyzing their architecture, they decided to implement Amazon Elasticache for caching. They also optimized their database with read replicas. By the next month, they reduced their API costs by 40%. They now had a scalable solution, and their monthly bill settled down to around $9,000. This allowed them to invest more in marketing and user acquisition. 5. What to do instead. Here's a framework to start thinking like a cloud architect. 1. Define business goals. Outline what your application aims to achieve. Identify the key metrics for success. 2. Assess user needs. Conduct user interviews to gather feedback. Create user personas to tailor your architecture accordingly. 3. Choose the right services. Research cloud service providers. Compare pricing for services like compute, storage, and data transfer. 4. Design for scalability. Plan for growth from the start. Implement auto-scaling features to adjust resources based on demand. 5. Implement cost monitoring tools. Use tools like AWS budgets to track spending. Set alerts for when you approach 80% of your budget. 6. Establish security protocols. Set up IAM roles and policies to control access. Regularly review security groups and firewall settings. 7. Conduct regular reviews. Schedule monthly architecture reviews to assess performance and cost. Use feedback to iterate on your design. 6. Common mistakes. 1. Ignoring cost management. Mistake: not monitoring cloud costs leads to runaway expenses. Fix: set up budgets and alerts. Use cost management tools to analyze spending patterns. 2. Over-provisioning resources. Mistake: allocating too many resources initially can inflate costs. Fix: start small. Use auto-scaling to adjust resources based on actual demand. 3. Neglecting security. Mistake: failing to secure data can lead to breaches. Fix: implement strong IAM practices and regularly audit your security configurations. 4. Lack of documentation. Mistake: not documenting architecture can lead to confusion. Fix: create and maintain clear, updated documentation on your architecture and processes. 5. Failing to optimize performance. Mistake: not optimizing applications for speed and efficiency can frustrate users. Fix: regularly review performance metrics and optimize APIs and database queries as needed. 7. Quick checklist before you finalize your cloud architecture. Run through this checklist. Define business goals and user needs. Selected cost-efficient services. Designed for scalability and performance. Establish security measures. Set up monitoring tools for costs and performance. Documented architecture and processes. 8. Summary plus CTA. Thinking like a cloud architect is about understanding the interplay between technology and business needs. Define your goals, assess user needs, choose the right services, and never forget about cost management and security. If you found this video helpful, comment below with your thoughts or questions. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on cloud architecture and engineering. Bonus practical tip: if you're unsure what to pick, start with the simplest option that ships today. Then measure for 7 days, latency, errors, deploy time, and cost. Only upgrade when metrics force the decision, not fear.